Welcome guys, let's go to add two numbers. You are given two non-empty linked lists representing two non-negative integers. The digits are sorted in reverse order and each of their nodes contain a single digit. Add the two numbers and return the sum as a linked list. You may assume the two numbers do not contain any leading zero except the number zero itself. So let's take the first example, right? As you can see in the first example, we have 243 and we have 564, right? And their sum is gonna be 708, right? Their sum is gonna be this one, right? Their sum is gonna be 708, right? So how do we solve this problem, right? How do we how do we sum them and create a linked list with a new values, right? So so let's start from the first example. In the first example, you can see, for example, we can add 2 and 5, right? It's 2 and 5 is gonna be the sum is 7, right? When we add 4 and 6, the sum is gonna be 10, right? So at this point, we're gonna create a node with value 0, but we have a carry, right? We have a carry which is 1, right? And when we add 3 and 4, it's gonna be their sum is gonna be how much? The sum is gonna be 7, right? But since we have one carry which we have when we add 4 and 6, so we will add that one to the sum of these two numbers, right? So it's gonna be 7 plus 1 is gonna be 8, right? So as you can see, the linked list is gonna be this one, right? Let's take the next example. So the next example is a little bit different. As you can see, the two linked lists kind of have different size. So in the first example, let's say we have 9 and we have 9 also. We have 9. How many nines we have? We have 7 nines, right? So well, let's add how many nines we have. Let's add one more, and the next linked list is gonna have how many nodes, how many nines we have. 4 nines, right? And we have 9 here, we have 9 here, and we have 9 here, right? So okay, so what we're going to do is we start adding from this position, right? We start from adding these two numbers, right? Their sum is gonna be 18, right? So 8, we will take 8 and we're gonna have a carry which is 1, right? We're gonna have a carry 1, which we are going to add it to the next term, right? We will add these two numbers, and their sum is 18, and we add 1, and it's gonna be 19, and we're gonna take 9 here, right? And we will have 1 carry again, and we're gonna have 9 here. We add them these two numbers, and their sum is gonna be 18, and we're gonna add 1, it's gonna be 19, and we have 9 here, and we're gonna have the carry 1, right? And we're gonna add these two numbers also. Their sum is 18, and we're gonna add 1, it's gonna be 19, and we're gonna have a 1 carry, right? At this point, we are exhausted all the nodes from list 2, right? So we have only remain from list 1. So we'll add 1 to this 9, it's gonna be 10, and we're gonna have 1 carry, right? And we'll add 1 to this, it's gonna be 0, and we will have 1 carry, right? And we'll add 1 to this one, and it's gonna be 0, we're gonna be 10, and we will have 1 carry, right? At the end, we have to add this carry to our linked list, right? So this is going to be the answer, right? As you can see, is gonna be the answer, right? So we're gonna return a linked list of these values, right? We're gonna return this kind of a linked list. So to solve this problem, what we're going to do is the time complexity is gonna be off. As you can see, the time complexity is gonna be off. The time complexity is gonna be off in, and the space complexity is gonna be off on, right? So we're just traverse the two linked lists and just add them this way, and we'll keep the carry in each sum, and And once we have done the linked list, we can return the head of the linked list, right? So let's go to the implementation, right? So let's say we have a dummy node initially, right? Let's just say we have a dummy node that's pointing to none, right? And its value is zero, right? Then let's say we have a current. A current is initially pointing to the dummy. Then, while the two lists are not none, or just list two, or we're gonna have a carry, right? If we have, let's say, initially the carry was zero, right? We have a carry zero initially for because we didn't add any number, right? So we're gonna have a current sum. Let's say we have, let's say, value one, right? Value from the first linked list. Then what we are going to do is it's gonna be val dot, list one dot val if list one, right? Otherwise, it's gonna be zero. And we're gonna have val two, which is list two dot val if list two, if is not none, and if is otherwise it's gonna be zero. Then what we are going to have is, let's say we have a current sum. The sum of the two numbers is gonna be val1 plus val2 and the k, right? We have to add the k. This is going to be the sum, the current sum. Then what we're going to do is, then the k is going to be calculated as just current sum. It's gonna calculate it as current sum. The carry is just the floor division, right, by 10, right? Then once we have done, when our current dot next is gonna be, then the next node is gonna be list node of current sum, and it's gonna be the remainder, right? The remainder. If it is 19, for example, the remainder is going to be 9. So the node with value is going to be 9, and the k is going to be 1. So we're going to mode it by 10. There's going to be the node, and our current is going to be current or next. And we'll move out to lists. So L1 is gonna be L1 dot next if L1, right? If we have if the list one is not none. Otherwise, we make this one none. L2 is gonna be L2 dot next if L2. Otherwise, it's gonna be none, right? It's gonna point to none. So once we have done this, we can return just the demi dot next, right? The demi dot next is gonna be the head of the linked list. So the time complex is gonna be for this one is off in, and the space complex is gonna be off one, off in, right? Since we are creating, since we are using, since we are asked to return a linked list, right? So we don't maybe consider this one, right? But I'm going to. This one is going to be the time complex is going to be the time complex is off in, but the space complex is going to be off on, right? Since the output linked list is not going to be considered. So let's see if this works. So as you can see, passed is submitted. So as you can see, passed for all the test cases. Guys, if you like this video, please subscribe and share for the people who want to learn.